Hi, I'm Graham Fuchs, founder and CEO at Connexus. You're about to see a short sample of Connexus Digital's content, which is helping our users achieve success in digital marketing. I hope you find it interesting.
The final thing I want to look at is automated testing. So one of the big challenges with content is that it's expensive to generate. It takes a lot of time, and anything we can use to help make the process of optimizing that more efficient is really attractive. The theory behind this automated content optimization is basically taking bits of the page and using those as candidates for testing. So this is a Google example. Google have a free content testing tool called Website Optimizer, which you can play with free. It works with AdWords, so that you can use it on landing pages. And here we've got what looks like a landing page for mountain bikes, and we're trialing basically 3 different taglines. So make this bike yours versus 2008 bikes now in stock versus get fit mountain biking, and 3 different pictures. And basically what we want to understand in this test is which combination of tagline and picture is going to be most effective in driving sales. So what's the conversion rate based on these different recipes? 2 styles of test. The A/B test, which is sometimes referred to as the split test, we can almost run manually, and that's where we just have 2 variants. So we've got 1 landing page and we've got 2 taglines for it, and we run 1 test. We send half the traffic to one, half the traffic to the other, and we pick the one that has the best conversion rate. And then maybe on the back of that we run maybe a new test to refine it slightly more. The multivariate test is where we can put in all sorts of different combinations. So we can split up the page into different elements, for example, a product image, a strap line, the call to action. Put in multiple variants for each one, so let's say 3 calls to action, 3 product images, and 2 strap lines. And then our multivariate testing tool will automatically rotate all those different options and statistically identify which combination is performs best according to a metric we set, like conversion rate. So again, this is just an example from Google Web Optimizer, and here we've got 3 sections where we've got the original. So the original is our control. That's what the page looked like normally. And then so section 2, let's say that's the tagline, we've got 2 variations, and we can see the first one has given a conversion rate of 32.5% versus the original conversion rate of 29.1%. And the first variation is pretty much on a par with the original. So there we've got this second variation is clearly the winning one, and that looks to be the best one in terms of converting customers. Similarly with section 3, we've got again 3 variants, and it's the first one that's winning. In section 1, we've actually got a variation which is performing worse than our control. So that's suggesting that's a kind of failed experiment, and we want to take that out. The key thing to bear in mind with multivariate testing is that you need lots of traffic to get a statistically significant test. So what does that mean? It means, let's take an example that if let's say you've got 8 different variables on your page. So you've got a tagline, a price, a delivery rate, a picture, a strap line. So you've got 8 of those, and for each one of those you've got 4 variants you want to test. So you've got 4 strap lines, 4 pictures. So a fairly big test. That means there's 65,000 different combinations of those elements you could have on the page. And in order to test all those combinations properly, you need to be sending in about 1,000 visitors to each one. So that means you need 65 million visitors in order for that test to converge and give you some consistent results. And for most sites, that means you'd have to run the test for years in order to get any output. So you may need to cut down the combinations you use. Don't try to be too ambitious, and make sure you're using it in a context where there's going to be enough traffic for you to get a conclusion. Otherwise it can just be a very, very expensive exercise. And a couple of things you need to bear in mind that if you've got to test a lot of variants, you have to have the resource to generate lots of different creatives to test. And be really careful with the metrics you use, because if you set the test to give you the best conversion rate, you may find that all the variants that say free or cheap or special offer win, and that's done what you told the test to do, but you may find this is actually driving down your average transaction value or bringing in cheaper customers. So be careful what you wish for. So to summarize our session on content, firstly, you can only analyze what you measure. So that means you need to tag all your important content assets and make sure you don't forget things like downloads, flash content, which you won't get any data on unless you actually actively tag that content up. Labeling and grouping is going to be really important to making sense of what can become quite a complex picture. So define what your naming scheme is and stick to it. Make sure everybody sticks to it, and that includes external agencies that make content. And wherever you can, try and simplify the picture by putting in some high-level groupings. Page view metrics give you a good sense of volume, but beware the limitations. Look to some more active signs of engagement and don't ignore flow and citation. Look at the long-term impact of content, so look at how content works over multiple sessions, and look at how it links back to retention. And with the challenges of optimizing content, automated testing looks like a very attractive option, and it can pay real dividends. But make sure you bear in mind you need a lot of investment of time and content into it, and make sure that your tests are going to have enough traffic to give you some valid results at the end.
We hope you enjoyed our experts' insights. To find out more about upcoming digital marketing topics featured in Connexus Digital, go to www.connexusgroup.com/webinars.